I was once a camper myself. But it wasn't anything like this.
Jeep Creep. Good morning, all my Jeep Creepers out there. What are we doing today? Well, we're taking a look at ye old camper again. As you can see, it's starting to gray all over it, which is like mildew. So that's no bueno. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna try something a little bit experimental, and I'm gonna be using gel coat, same stuff that you use on your boat to paint wood. Now, as far as I can tell and everything I read, should work. I'm gonna sand it as smooth as I can get it, and by smooth I mean like 40 grit. I'm not talking smooth, I'm just talking rippled and cracky, you know, taken out of the equation. And the gel coat should finish it pretty nice. I'm not looking for a shiny gel coat. I'm looking to do the same thing I did on my little boat, and basically it'll kind of have a rough texture if you don't sand gel coat. So what product am I using? Well, last time I used Total Boat gel coat with wax. You gotta have the wax in there or it won't set up. Today I am gonna be using Fiberglass Supply Depot because the 1 gallon amount was a lot cheaper than Total Boat. I think this was like $100 and Total Boats were like $140. That's just by current prices, so don't quote me. Now the thing is too, I'm not a huge fan of this exactly being all white, especially since my Tahoe is a, what is it called? Like a diamond color. Sometimes it's called champagne, depending on the manufacturer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a little liquid pigment here. And this is by a company called Fasco Epoxies. And it's just the color brown. And I'm gonna try to dial it in to where I get it somewhat tan. I mean, the bottom of it's kind of a faded tan. So I'm gonna wind up repainting that, but I think it'll be a lot easier to color match the bottom, which is aluminum, in a probably, maybe I'll buy a custom paint or just this rattle can if I can find a color that comes close, and repaint that to kind of match the middle. The top is, it's all done in Flex Seal and it's in white. I know Flex Seal comes in different colors now, but honestly, I kind of want to leave it white because, you know, that is the most, whatever, reflective color to try to keep it cooler in the summer so the sun doesn't cook you. But what we're gonna do first is I'm gonna go ahead and sand the heck out of this using my random orbit sander with a 40 grit disc. So the paint that was on here is just Kills that I put on here, and I could just, you know, repaint it with an exterior paint, but I want to try to get something that wouldn't mildew like this stuff did. I think all paints would eventually do that. I feel like the gel coat is going to do a little bit better, and also you can feel how rough it is just because it's, you know, it's plyboard. It's, you know, it's not super smooth. So I feel like sanding it and gel coating it is going to be nicer. Let's see how it turns out. So that did pretty much what I wanted it to do. As you can see, it took off all the high spots and a lot of the rippling that was occurring in the paint when the paint just started flexing and the wood started flexing and all that. So now what I'm going to do is, it's very dirty, I'm going to scrub it down with a degreaser, and I might run acetone over that after that dries. So I like using Super Clean. It's my favorite degreaser. So we're gonna clean this and degrease it and brush it really well now. I got some really high spots where it really rippled, you know, Home Depot, am I right? So I'm gonna use my belt sander, see if I can get it a little bit smoother. see how much that took down? Quite a bit. It's not perfect, but it's not going to be super washboarded like it was. So that's a win in my book. I had a really bad section of wood, as you can see right there, where it was like delaminating, where I don't know if it was really delaminating. I think it was over laminated because there was like a strip of wood on the plywood that was about a 1/4 inch above the surface. So I had to use my angle grinder because I would have been here all day sanding it. I want to use my belt sander, get it a little bit smoother, and then just my regular palm sander, and it should get it nice and smooth. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Top here a little bit. We're all done sanding. Let me finish washing and then probably get to painting. Oh yeah, I mentioned too that Kills failed. I guess it didn't really fail because Kills is technically a primer. It's not supposed to be a top coat, so that's on me, I guess. I probably should have painted this, but I didn't know what I was going to do with the surface and the color, and I was busy working on the inside. Originally when I painted this too, it was just to get through the winter so I wouldn't have any mildew like this. But I neglected it for 2 years, so whatever. That's what you get. All right, back to washing. All right, sun's cooperating, came out. We got her all nice and dry. Let's try to figure out the color. I need to mix some brown pigment in to get a nice tan color. See, adding pigment. Mix no more than 1/2 ounce per quart, 2 ounce per gallon. What does this say for the mix? Because this stuff, 1 ounce, 10 drops of MEKP per fluid ounce. So I measured 8 ounces of water. See what it is in my solo cup. Eight ounces of water comes up to that rib right there. Try to be scientific and use this thing. We'll start with 5 cc of pigment to 8 ounces. I don't know what color that is. So we're gonna have to start painting. All right, before it cures, here's the quick run around. We'll see how it looks tomorrow. All right, good morning. Let's take a look at the old camper and see how she came out. All right, so the camper is a cool color. Kind of that light tan color. Came out pretty dang snazzy. This side's dry, the other side has morning dew on it because it got cold last night. It got in the 50s. But I went and I painted the door and everything, so everything's all matching. Now, as far as the bottom goes, well, let's talk about that in a second. First of all, I want to talk about, again, why gel coat. It's actually smoother than I thought it'd be. Compare it to more of a boat hull, right? It's super waterproof. This paint's designed to be in the water all the time. And I figure this is hopefully the lowest maintenance paint that I can use. Hopefully I don't have to clean it much, and you know, it just stays nice and mildew free. Now as far as the bottom goes, I think I'm going to use Coleman colors. So the top will be this kind of brownish color, and then the bottom I'm thinking like the same color as like a Coleman stove is, that green color. And I got some decals to put on the back and some fun stuff. So yeah, that will be coming up on the next video. If you're interested in doing this, my links are in the description down below for the gel coat that I used. It's reasonably priced, and also the pigment that I used as well. So please buy from me if you're interested in doing something like this. And always stay tuned till next time. Check out my other videos as well. We'll see ya.